Welcome back to First Take. You know, the Ravens, they're in the midst of their first training camp without John Harbaugh in 18 years. Instead, first-year head coach Jesse Minter has taken over as head coach. Now, Lamar Jackson will be motivated to bounce back after a tough 2025 season. Lamar missed 4 games with injuries and had the fewest amount of rushing yards in his career. Baltimore missed the playoffs for the first time since 2021. So now the question is it fair to say this is a make-or-break season for Lamar Jackson's future in Baltimore? Gerald, what do you think?
Why have we gotten to the point to where we're trying to rush everything? Mm-hmm. We live in this microwave society where TikTok is prevalent and shorts and reels, and we forget history. Let me give y'all guys a little history, okay? Peyton Manning didn't make his first Super Bowl until year 9. He was a 2-time MVP. Mm-hmm. Nobody said nothing. Drew Brees about to be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't make his first Super Bowl until year 9. Dan Marino made it year 2 and then never made it back again. All right? We talk about all these people and why are we rushing all this question of, is it make or break? Why is nobody saying this about Josh Allen? You know why? Because they trust Josh Allen to be long-term. Why are we rushing Lamar Jackson? Is it make or break? No, it's not make or break. Either he gonna win or he's not. It's hard to find a franchise quarterback. And Lamar Jackson is one of the big 4 in the NFL. No, it's not make or break. Do we want to see him win? Yes. Is it time to get over the hump? Yes. But make or break? No. We got to stop doing that.
I disagree with you, though. I feel like we do say this about Josh Allen. I feel like we put a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen to get over the hump. Like, it does feel a little make or break for them to get there.
We use make or break. We say it's time to get over the hump, but make or break. You say it's make or break for him to be in Baltimore. We not worried about Josh Allen leaving Buffalo, but we keep talking about Lamar Jackson leaving Baltimore. Why? Why are we doing this? That's my only thing.
Because it's real. You mentioned Drew Brees. Drew Brees didn't make it to the Super Bowl on his first team. He started out with the Chargers, got to the Saints before he made it to the Super Bowl. The reason we don't talk about this.
He got hurt, though.
Absolutely.
It's a big difference.
Just
he got hurt and tore his shoulder up. They thought he couldn't play no more.
Mayfield was hurt last year.
Big difference.
Yeah, just 2 different teams. Josh Allen is under contract, and you haven't heard anything about anything going on in Buffalo. The difference, and you said it, Lamar Jackson is one of the very best quarterbacks in our game. Last year, injuries and all of that, he is going to be an absolute dog this year. The following year, Lamar Jackson's cap number is $84 million. This is a make or break year because after this season, they have to figure something out. They can't go into next year with an $84 million cap. They're going to have to extend him, and that's going to be because Lamar Jackson feels Baltimore is right for him. And that's not me questioning whether he does or doesn't. Right. But this year is going to determine that. It's a brand new head coach in Jesse Minter. It's a brand new offensive coordinator in Declan Doyle. All this newness around Lamar Jackson is going to be his decision whether he wants Baltimore in the future. Because after 2027, they can't tag him, and he'll be a free agent, and he'll be free to go. They can't wait that long. After this year, between now and the offseason, they have to make a determination, and Lamar does too, whether this is going to be a long-term thing, whether he's going to sign an extension or be looking to leave in free agency. So to me, this year is different because of what's changed around him, and there's going to have to be a resolution by the end of this thing to determine whether he's going to be a Baltimore Raven forever.
During various forms of communication, whether it's public speaking engagements or anything, I always use a line, I'm brilliant, because I know I'm not. I listen to those who are, and I learn from them. I didn't play football, y'all do. So I'm open to being corrected. Mm-hmm. Here's where I'm coming from with this. I want Baker Mayfield to get paid. Do I think he deserves what he's asking for? That becomes challenging. At $33.33 million, there's no reason that he ain't getting paid as much as Daniel Jones, who's at $44 million. There's no reason for that. Okay, Sam Darnold, you can't make that argument against him right now. He's a reigning defending Super Bowl champion, even though he's at $33.5 million, and he signed for that number before he had won the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield.
You ahead of us, though. But Lamar.
But I'm saying, I get what you're saying. I understand that. But we're talking about no contract for Baker Mayfield. We're looking at a Lamar Jackson. And obviously, you're absolutely right. This is a make or break year because of the numbers that you're saying. Mm-hmm. I'm simply saying that when you talk about a Baker Mayfield, for example, that's where it resonates with me because I'm looking at his numbers and I'm saying to myself, the problems that he has, Lamar Jackson hasn't had. Lamar Jackson has been getting his money. Injuries is what has derailed them. To me, Lamar Jackson is who he is, and he deserves what he deserves because when healthy, we know what a game breaker he is. Plus, he's box office.
Yeah.
He's box office.
Yes.
And that's where I was going with all of this. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at Baker Mayfield, who we brought up for a second, and all of that stuff. And I'm looking at a Lamar Jackson, and I'm saying, Baker Mayfield, you ain't box office. So I'm looking at your numbers, and I'm saying, yeah, I want you to get paid, but in the same breath, you ain't box office. And even though you won back-to-back titles in the AFC South, in the NFC South, I'm sorry, you didn't win last year, plus you were injury-plagued, et cetera, et cetera. Lamar Jackson had injuries, but in the same breath, it don't matter because as long as that brother's on the field, you walk through the turnstile. Like, the NFL is the NFL, but there are very few people you walk through the turnstiles just to see them. Lamar Jackson is one of those dudes. So somehow, some way, when you got cats like that, they sort of pay for themselves. When you say it's a make or break year, you know why it's a make or break year? Because we look at him and we say, damn, with your mercurial talents, at some point in time, you got to get over that damn hump. You never been to a Super Bowl. You've been to one AFC title game. In that game, you didn't play that great, and y'all ended up losing. You got to make up for that. But in terms of his money, who ain't going to pay Lamar Jackson? Because you got to, because he pays for himself. That's how box office he is.
I do think, though, this conversation comes on the heels of changing head coaches. Now, that's similar in Buffalo. Obviously, the same thing is happening in Buffalo, albeit they picked from within the organization. But because now there's no more John Harbaugh in Baltimore, who's going to become the scapegoat if they don't get over the hump, if they don't do everything right this year, is going to be Lamar Jackson. Whether that's fair or not, that feels like where this conversation derives
But you know why, though? He has something to do with there being a new head coach.
Correct.
John Harbaugh lost the team to some respects. That's what everybody's been saying. But I was told the moment it really, really happened is when the players went to Lamar, asking Lamar to go to the coach. And Lamar went to the coach, and the coach essentially said, I coach, you play. I got this. You understand? Now, I haven't spoken to John Harbaugh. I don't know him like that. So if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But he needs to know. That's out there. That's what's being said about him in the NFL circles. That is not a good thing. And so now he goes out the door thereafter. Everybody's going to believe Lamar Jackson had everything to do with that. So now that you got this new coach in, the expectation is going to be you're supposed to vibe with him and you're supposed to take it to another level.
Yeah. And I want to make it clear, though. I am not saying Baltimore is not going to want Lamar Jackson. But as long as Lamar is willing to be there, Baltimore is going to keep him. The question that continues to be asked until he signs an extension is we don't know what Lamar's thinking. Baltimore doesn't. So it is a make or break for him being there because he could decide that I no longer want to be in Baltimore and I want to see what else is out there.
He can decide that if he win, though. If he win and just walk out the door, that's what I'm saying. So we talk about make or break for whether he should be there or not. We're not talking about.
He win the Super Bowl, he ain't going nowhere. He win the Super Bowl, he signed.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Why is it? It's year 9. He hasn't even hit double. He plays quarterback. You know how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback?
Let me ask you this question. What if he doesn't win and we see Josh Allen has elevated, Patrick Mahomes has returned to the scene,
Right.
Drake May excels.
Well, what if he win?
No. Well, I'm saying,
Make it to the Super Bowl?
How about make it to the Super Bowl? I'm saying, what I mean for him is that what if he doesn't perform well and they don't get to a Super Bowl? You want to keep him in Baltimore?
The quarterback, they have.
I'm asking you.
Years.
I'm asking you.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm asking. So you want to keep him? Okay.
It's too hard to find a franchise quarterback. And let's be honest, the thing we've said about Lamar Jackson is, he need a number one. He need a number one. He has Derrick Henry at running back, but they've always been able to run the ball.
Right.
That's something they've always been able to do. A huge part of that, you know why? It's because of Lamar Jackson. But the team around him is not enough. So if Lamar doesn't perform well, you're just gonna bring just anybody in.
What if Lamar?
Because the team is.
But if he doesn't perform well, and you're saying it's the team around him. What if Lamar makes the decision that I think there's better out there for me?
Okay.
I can be surrounded by better pieces.
We could have that conversation later on. By the way, the Ravens tied with the Bills for the second shortest odds to reach the Super Bowl. No contract for Baker Mayfield, as we brought up right now in Tampa. He's not being shy about